WMSE is a listener-supported broadcast service brought to you by the Milwaukee School of Engineering. I am Dr. Sushi. Welcome to the show, and a big welcome to Don Linke, who has joined me on this morning's Free Jazz Barbecue. Don.
How you doing, Dr. Sushi?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing too good. Too good.
Oh, wow. You're surviving the cold then.
Oh, yeah, I like it, actually.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
you're one of the few.
Yeah. I like whatever is out there as long as it's still out there.
Yeah, well, it's still out there. I suppose before you and I start chatting, I should tell people who they just heard. And can you did you recognize that last song? You know anything about that last song?
That's a long time ago.
Actually, I think it's about 1999, perhaps.
Yeah, that's Next Time from the CD Next Time. I think it is, and I think the tune is one of mine. I know that.
It is.
Close Call, or in close.
Close call.
Close Call.
Yeah.
Like I said, it was a little bit ago.
Yeah.
That's a swinger. Actually, I haven't heard that in a long time. It's kind of fun to hear things that you haven't heard in a long time, because I think when I recorded that, I thought to myself, oh my God, I might as well quit.
No.
I can't handle it, And I think it's Brian Ritter on drums, and I think it's Jeff Hammond on bass.
You are spot on this morning. That's right, because you've got the couple of different players on that one. But
yeah, Jim Paolo is the guy I would have, but you can tell the two apart.
Right.
Play with them.
Well, maybe our next tune will have. In fact, we're going to play another tune from that, and we'll have the other bass player and drummer on that one.
Yeah, and then there'll be another drop the needle test for my own music, and I probably will flunk.
Well, that's right. This is like name that tune.
Yeah.
Name your own tune.
Right. Yeah.
Before that, we had a pair of tunes featuring Jimmy Heath, the Heath brothers playing Autumn in New York from Endurance, and the Jimmy Heath Big Band, I'm Glad There's You from Turn Up the Heat. And sadly, we lost Jimmy, just a couple of days ago, yeah.
So now there's just one brother left.
It's just Tootie, yeah. It's a great family of musicians. I saw Jimmy a couple of years ago at the Chicago Jazz Fest, and I told him,
of course.
fabulous, and I was telling our listeners earlier, I don't know if you heard, they played in 1999, that CD was released as part of the Hellender Jazz Series here in Milwaukee. Yeah, you were at that one as well? Mm-hmm. In fact, I think I saw you. Right.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, exactly. I think we were sitting next to each other, weren't we?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Pleasant conversation.
Yeah, fabulous time. That's right, a fabulous time. Well, I understand you're involved in a project right now that you'd like to tell our listeners a little bit about.
Yeah, I'm actually very excited about this. It's been going on now for over a year.
Okay.
And it's one of those things that someone comes to you with an idea, in this case some folks from ART, or Black Box Fund.
Okay.
Which the website is art@blackboxfund.org.
Okay.
But they approached me and basically said, look, we're trying to support art groups in the area, and try to have the public be able to witness various arts for free.
Oh.
And in other words, they fund it. So.
Well, that's always good.
Yeah. We need more of it in this day and age, it seems. I trust actually things are going in a good direction. At least, again, that my response to the world of jazz right now is very upbeat. And certainly it's because I happen to have this particular association that I came across, like I said, about a year ago. But they basically we're modeling this thing, Jazz at Noon it's called.
Okay.
And right now it takes place at the Broadway Theater Center. We've partnered up with them. And but what we are trying to do basically is take a lot of professional musicians and professional level musicians, guys that might have chosen a different vocation in life, attorney, doctor, veterinarian, I'm trying to think of the different occupations, but all cats that stayed up with their jazz studies. They probably started early in life and then, kind of came to the conclusion that maybe this isn't what Linke is doing. I don't think I want to do that, not for my whole life, But but they continue to play their butts off. So the idea was to invite those people in, and we do have obviously a community of jazz players, or maybe a lot of separate niches of jazz players right now in Milwaukee. So this was an opportunity for people that maybe are into that semi-retired era of their lives, so they're a little bit older, but also a lot of young guys and mid-age guys. So we're really crossing the gamut. And because I play both instruments, guitar and bass, then I can bring in, and we're kind of limited to trios with the funding right now, but I can kind of bring in other guitar players, which I love doing. I love playing bass for another guitar player. And just had Bill Martin yesterday, and boy, Billy came in, and I got to tell you, he's a soft-spoken guy, and he's a soft-spoken player, but he's a beautiful player. And it was really well received yesterday. So thanks, Bill. And a bunch of other people. So, all names you Kay Berrigan, guys you'd recognize their names that have been around for a long time, and people like one of my students, Matthew Roth-Berlin, who's just finishing up his 4th year out in City College of New York, and catching on out there. He's actually getting work, and he's under the wing of Peter Bernstein. So he's a player. Yeah, he's on my website too. And if I can, just real quickly, I'm gonna give you my website. I've got a blog that Nick Macholik, my producer, and I kind of came up with a little bit of a video blog where we do interviews amongst various musicians and other art forms also, besides just a little bit outside the box of music, but all about what it takes to be an artist. That's kind of our core manifesto, if you will. And that's donlinky.org, real simple. Donlinky.org, what makes an artist. And there's Sam Belton I got on there, Renee Esquerdo, great classical guitar player buddy. We did an interview with him and his wife, Elena Chaikin, both fabulous classical guitar players. But like I said, Sam Belton, who's a jazz drummer, of course. And, Pete Billman, who's now the guitar teacher at UWM, great jazz player. And as I aforementioned, Matthew Roth-Berlin, the young makes me mad. He's so good. He's so young.
And a lot of improvement to go, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, he's coming on. I mean, these guys, the young guys today are getting a lot of positive feedback from a lot of sources that we didn't have.
Sure.
And so I think there's at least the potential for them to catch on. And seasoning comes, though. Seasoning takes time, Dr. Sushi. You know that better than anybody.
It
right?
does, indeed it does.
And you do get better, and that's another thing I'm very proud of. We've got a double CD coming out featuring the best of Jazz at Noon. So we took 350 performances of 1 year of this, approximately 7 tunes or 6 tunes each performance over 50 weeks, and I distilled it down to in about it took a lot of listening, and it was very, very hard to do because everybody played great. They know what this is now. It's not a lounge thing. It's a serious jazz recital. 1 hour. They get paid very fairly by today's standards,
sure.
Especially, which is important to me also. And they all just played great. So it was whittling it down to 2 CDs worth of music, and that's we're going to have a CD release party, I believe, in the 2nd week of March down at the Broadway Theater Center.
That sounds beautiful. Well, why don't we do this? Why don't we play another tune by an unknown guitarist, and then come and chat a little bit more about that.
Great.
All right, beautiful. Well, let's take care of some business here first. We're going to play a tune, and I'm going to be back with Don Linky on the other side. We are back on Dr. Sushi's Free Jazz Barbecue. Dr. Sushi with Don Linky. And Don, who was that guy on guitar on that last tune? Do you recognize him?
I think that was some wannabe guitarist that came and left, came and gone.
Came and gone.
Yeah, but he's back. I understand he's back.
In fact,
that is me, right?
He's in the WMSE studio right now.
Yeah.
He is, and I want to tell people this because you mentioned your website earlier, and I want to make sure that they know that it's Don Linke.
Correct.
That they don't spell it wrong if they want to go
Yes.
and check out the website. So that'd be DONLINKE
Right. .org.
.org. If they want to check out your website.
Correct. There is, by the way, if I can just interject.
Oh, absolutely.
This is something I've been dealing with for about 30 years now. There are 2 other Don Linkeys in Milwaukee.
Are there really?
Can you believe that? Donald Linke?
That is
what a bizarre.
Spelled the same.
Spelled the same, rhymes with all the same things. Don't go there,
You read my mind.
I know. But, and one of them is I shouldn't say this, a would-be musician, but I'm going to say it anyhow.
Say it anyway.
Okay, and
let him sue you.
And good, yay!
I'll defend you. Don't worry about it.
But he's in there somewhere too. Don't confuse the two. He's got a thing, a rock opera, I believe, and many people have called me and said, "Hey, I didn't know you were rock opera." You know, well, I'm not. That's not me. So anyhow, that's not me. It's donlinky.org, and that should get you to it.
That's pretty interesting that there's 2 other Don Linkeys, one of whom is a musician.
Exactly. The other an attorney. And
really?
Yeah. I get calls from him every once in a while over for it.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, did you give him legal advice?
You know, I should just masquerade as the guy and give him some erroneous.
Court him,
make something up.
Well,
you know?
that's what we all do, right? I mean, that's all attorneys do that. So you'd be doing nothing.
Maybe public service in a way.
Kind of a public service,
Yeah,
absolutely.
You wouldn't have to pay me for this advice.
Exactly.
Legal advice.
Yeah, exactly. Right. I mean, what the heck? You called Don Linke for legal advice? I'm giving you legal advice. I mean, I'm not telling you I'm an attorney. I'm just giving you legal advice.
Yeah.
I don't see a problem. I don't think this is
I
a
don't think
problem.
there's a problem.
No
I am
problem.
Don Linke after all.
Yeah, you are. Well, that last tune we played was called 16 for the Cellar, and that featured who was
Oh boy.
who were the bass and
Let me
drummer
just think.
on that
If
one?
that's the same. That's Bayless, I think.
That is Bayless.
Yeah.
On the drums.
Okay, and then, oh boy, you know what? Honestly, this one is
That's a tough
long
one.
time
This is a
ago.
tough one, huh?
Let me just think. Boy, I kind of want to say it's Jeff again, but
No.
but part of me, I was just going to say.
Okay. Parties.
I can hedge my bets because there's only 2 possibilities.
All right. Well, all right.
But I thought the sound was a little warmer, and Jim Paulo's bass sound is a little warmer. So
You got it.
yeah.
Yeah. And I understand there's a little bit of a story behind that song.
From the title.
Yeah.
16
the
for
title.
the Cellar.
Yeah. What's that about?
I think when you just say it sounds like 16 for someone who's buying something, the cellar. You know?
Right.
But it's really cellar, basement area.
Okay.
That kind of cellar, CELLAR.
AR. Yeah. I was wondering too. Right. Yeah. I had to look.
Yeah. And then 16, well, the tune itself is 16 bars long, 16 measures long.
Okay.
And the title was, I usually will write a tune and then go, I need a title. And then I'll think of something that is associated with my life in some way or another. And I'll name the tune that. So 16 for the Cellar was actually a dedication to Ron Cuzner. At the time, he had so this was, again, quite a while ago.
Yeah, it was.
He had a record store. I believe it was down on downtown Broadway.
It's on Broadway. Yeah, it's on Broadway.
Yeah, you had the address even in your memory.
1223 North
Broadway.
Or no, North Water Street.
Water Street.
Yeah, there was a Buffalo Wild Wings was there later.
Right.
Yeah, no, that was on Water Street, sure.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, Jazz Record Store, one of the few that it didn't live too long. But,
It did not, no, sadly.
Yeah, I remember I got my Riverside box set of Thelonious Monk there.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I remember, wow, a place where you can get box sets and all this great music. And he had that for the duration. Anyhow, I dedicated that song to him, and his business.
And his sadly short-lived business. Well, tell us more. Tell us about. I understand what I in doing my research with regard to the jazz series that's taking place. There is a drummer that seems to be on many of the
Sessions.
of
Yeah.
the sessions. Indeed, yeah. There seems to be a commonality of the drummer who's involved there,
I wonder why that is.
I can't imagine, but I forgot his name. Maybe you could.
Yeah, let me just think.
maybe
I
you
think
could-
you're talking about a guy named Victor Campbell.
that might be the guy. Yeah, that might be the guy.
And why? Well, I got to tell you, that is a story in and of itself. Victor and I met at the conservatory. I had just started teaching him.
Okay.
And I was just in a weird catbird seat at the finishing of my bachelor's degree, which I did very late in life. I was like 30 years old, and they needed a jazz guitar instructor. I was there. I was a little bit older, a little bit more wined and dined in the world of music, and so I was hired. And at any rate, Victor took a combo with me, and he took, I think, business of music class.
Okay.
I believe we were actually just talking about this the other day. I took a class from you. I should do it, Victor, but I'm doing it.
You're doing it.
I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah, you
I'm
are.
around him a lot. But at any
Hopefully
rate,
he's listening and heard that. Yeah.
I know. I hope so.
Yeah. Victor, hello if you're out there.
Yeah.
Hope you enjoyed that.
But he's my main man. He had a couple of shoulder operations about 6 years ago, and we hooked up. I said, look, I have sessions over at my house. You should come over and just play with brushes. Just take it easy, But I'll make you a deal. Learn some of my tunes,
Okay.
and I'll make myself available to get you back in physical shape.
Okay.
And we just stuck together. There's a certain simpatico that comes with playing with certain cats, and everybody's got this. Victor's got this West African vibe going that he shares with people like Roy Haynes and Elvin Jones, and, that ilk of jazz drummer who aren't quite so snare oriented, but they're more set oriented, and this also partially I'm responsible for this, but in general he plays a very, very small set of drums, 14-inch kick drum.
Okay.
It's great for guitar because the guitar isn't as beefy as a piano,
Right.
so the set becomes more focused, and then I can hear what he's doing better. So we kind of came to that as a mutual development of our sound together. And then because I play bass so often with him, we've got this rhythm part of our vibe that is in sync. I love his style, as I alluded to before. His style is more from that Elvin thing, and I that's what I want to feel and hear behind me if I have my druthers. And that's not to say there aren't other great drummers. Of course there are,
Sure.
But I think Victor kind of he really is that Elvin-esque kind of drummer to begin with. There's a lot of people that can sort of imitate or even do a really, really great recreation of Elvin Jones. And their personal style isn't exactly that, but they can cross over and just kind of do it. But Victor is that.
Right.
He doesn't even usually cross. I mean, he can cross over to the other side, the ratty-tat-tat side,
Okay.
I like to call it. But I encourage him not to. And
You do?
He's good with that, So.
He's versatile.
Yeah, well, he's Kofi drummer too, and that's
Right.
the African. Look, we're dealing with black creative art music, and that's the end of that story. So if I happen to be a white guy, but that's no biggie. I have to put my efforts to trying to understand from a cultural standpoint the music and its orientation and its origins.
Exactly.
Its origins are clear, so we don't have to even talk about that.
Exactly. Exactly. So Don, you've got the Monday
Yeah.
jazz
every
series every Monday at 12 noon,
12 to 1 o'clock. It's one easy hour,
one easy hour,
right?
and the address.
The address is 158 North Broadway. It's Skylight Theater Complex there, right on the corner of Broadway and Menominee, I believe.
And there's no charge.
No charge. It is free. You can bring your lunch. There is no service there. We're just utilizing the room, the bistro room, which is we record every session too. I alluded to that before because we got this double CD coming up.
Right.
But we record every session, and the room sounds great. So, and again, we range from a more contemporary sounding vibe to a really not quite, I wouldn't call it conservative, but I am going to use the word conservative just to have a spectrum here. Conservative approach to the music. So it depends on who the guest artist is.
Sure.
So every week a different guest artist. I usually contact them and say, look, give me 10 tunes that you want to play.
All right.
We're only going to play 7, so let me pick the 7.
Oh, so you've got that right. I suppose you reserve that creative.
Yeah, you know, I want to learn new tunes, but I don't want to learn 7 new tunes every week.
Well, yeah, that's a
I
lot.
got my own tunes that I'm trying to maintain, and the 2 instruments that I try to maintain. So, you know, I try to make it as comfortable though for everybody as possible. And I'm saying, I say that out front, and again, the response, everybody comes in with a great attitude. I mean, I can feel it. They walk into the room and say, "Let's play." You know, I've been looking forward to this. Let's play. You know? So, and I think the evidence of that is going to be on this CD. We're just all every cut. You're just going like, "What?" You know, that's great. That's high class stuff. You know.
Hopefully, we'll get a copy here at the radio
You will
station.
definitely do. And I'll just mention Glenn Ash from the symphony playing fiddle. We got an accordionist.
Accordionist.
Yeah, 86 years old, Tony Gornth. And this guy knows a zillion tunes. You know, Milwaukee was a hotbed of jazz accordion.
My mom played accordion.
Of course,
Yeah.
accordion for sure. And then a lot of cats played jazz on the thing. So Kenny Kottowitz is one of my faves that I kind of came up with. But before that, there was Carl Elmer, the guy my dad played. Father was a great jazz guitar player in his own right. I mean, 6 kids, so he didn't pursue it full time. But yeah,
Sure.
But anyhow, you know, my exposure to this stuff was very early on in the 50s, and so I've always had a kind of a both a disdain and a soft spot for the accordion. You know,
I love the accordion.
Yeah, and
You've got Guy Klusevic out there.
And you know, geez, I'm not going to remember his name now, but help me.
Yeah, I know.
Russian.
Yeah,
I think he's.
I know.
I wish I would. Maybe he's out there listening and go, "Wait, you do not know who I am?"
Yeah.
I said, "Well, I wish I did know who you were, because I'd have you down and play."
Well, maybe he'll be motivated now to
Yes, I hope
contact
so.
you and
Yeah.
through your website or
Right.
give you a call somehow and
Right.
and
So
come
anyhow,
on down.
again, we have accordion, we had steel drum.
Okay.
Carl Storniolo. And during the summer, we played out in the park.
Oh.
So we had
okay.
Duma Safir. I had Duma Safir and Carl together, and I was playing bass.
Beautiful.
It was fun, you know.
So in summer outside, maybe in the summers outside.
Yes, we go down to Catalano Park.
Okay, right across the street, basically.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So we've had the pleasure of playing several places in the Third Ward during this one year, but now we're solidly at the Broadway Theater Complex, and then in summertime, we'll get out to the park.
Beautiful.
A little bit more, and hopefully, I should mention this too. This is proposed to be in perpetuity.
Okay.
So, for as long as I stay healthy, and I'm pretty healthy.
You look real healthy.
Thank you. Yeah, I feel good.
Yeah.
But this is going to go on, so maybe we can even expand it over time. I really hope that I can add more horns again.
Oh.
There's a bunch of guys I'd really like to bring in on horn, and we haven't been able to do that yet. But you know, maybe as we get the word out there and more people show up to these things. As you said, it's free. You can bring your own lunch. You can order lunch online, apparently, if you order it
Friday.
and it's, what is it, Eventbrite, right? I think it's,
Right.
Where you do that, and there's a caterer who will deliver your food at noon on Monday to Broadway. So you got that going if you know you're going to come. But please come on down. This thing is fun. People have a good time. And by the way, I'm a pretty fun guy.
You are.
Pretty fun guy. I mean, I can get kind of, but I'm pretty fun most of the time.
It's been a pleasure having you on the barbecue today.
Man, thank you.
Well, yeah. Well, Don, thanks for joining us and telling us all about the jazz series. And
Thank you guys so much for doing what you do.
oh, it's always wonderful, and we love doing it here. And one thing, what we're gonna do.
We're concentrating on that 1990 album. That's good.
We really are. Yeah, we really are. What we're going to do is we're going to play, and this one this one I'll let you. I'll let you introduce, and you can tell us about your other. First let me ask you this: do you recall your other composition on this record?
I should have noticed that we're playing my originals from that, and they're not all originals on that record.
No, they're not. No,
Yeah.
no. But we've played
Okay.
played two of your originals, and there's one more
There's
that we're gonna close with here.
original.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
This one might be hard for me. Let me think.
All right.
I can't think too long. I know that. I feel like I'm on Jeopardy right now.
Or it's like Downbeat, or
Yeah.
or Name That Tune, or
Right,
something.
right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Name your own tune, you moron. I think that's what this show should be called.
That
Right now.
exactly. Well.
Okay, I give up. I can't. I just can't.
All right. How
Is it a
about
blues? No, wait. Okay, no.
how about B for B?
Oh, it is a blues. Yeah.
Yeah.
B for blues for bass.
Blues for bass.
That's B for B.
All right.
A little minor blues.
What do you want to tell us? What do you want to tell us about this tune?
Should I be honest? Because I do remember something about this
Absolutely.
one.
Be
Okay,
honest.
great.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You can be honest on the Free
I
Jazz
did
Barbecue.
write it, but when we recorded it, I remember the tempo went from like slow to like wow, noticeably fast by the end of it. So instead, a blues normally would be played twice. The melody would be played twice because it's only 12 bars long.
Right.
And so we usually consider the blues form as really 24 bars, because you're playing the head twice.
Right.
But you'll note on this one, the head only gets played once, and I know that it's because the first time we played the head, it noticeably speeded up to the second time we played the head. So when I go like, no, we need this tune to cover the time on the CD.
Okay.
And we weren't doing much editing at all, but I just chopped that first 12 bars off. So I think it comes in at the repeat.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you note that if you're a jazz aficionado and you go, oh, who's this guy? He's only played the head once on the way in for a blues. What a moron. Then you'll know why.
No, that's the story why. So
That's
there's
the story.
there's an explanation.
There is an explanation.
Beautiful. Well, we appreciate that explanation.
It's truth and honesty always.
As always on the Free Jazz Barbecue. That's right. Well, Don, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you very much, Dr. Sushi.
Yes, it's been wonderful, and hopefully I'll be making it over there to see you on Monday, because
Yeah.
I'm not that far away.
Yeah. Got Frank Stemper coming in on piano Monday and Sam Belton on drums.
Oh,
So we
okay.
got actually two, now that I think of it, there's two guest artists
On Monday.
at the same time. These two guys have never played with each other.
All the better.
Yeah.
We never know what you're going to get.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Well, we're going to do a little bit of business here, and we are going to come back with the Don Linky Trio, B for B, and Dr. Sushi's Free Jazz Barbecue.